single night of sacrifice to save a life has left Suwon with a secret that could either be her salvation or her undoing.
I'm just a janitor at the Gu International Hotel. To the world, I'm invisible. But inside me, a new life is growing, one that belongs to the most powerful man in the city. The doctor's words are a death sentence to my reputation. With only $200 left, I'm drowning in a sea of judgment, praying that the father of my child never finds out the truth.
Desperate for tuition money, Suwon walks into the Gu mansion, unaware she's walking into a trap set by fate.
I just wanted a caregiver job, but the way this old master is looking at me, it feels like I'm being appraised like a piece of meat.
你好，我是来应聘护工的，听说这里需要照顾植物人的护工，只要能应聘上，我就能再扣学费了。
They don't want a nurse. They want to sacrifice for their sleeping prince.
Standing over the unconscious Gu Yanchen, I make my choice.
对不起，我把第一次给你，是救你，也是救我自己。
3 months later, the king of Shangjing returns to his throne, but Gu Yanchen has no room for gratitude in his cold heart.
They tell me a woman saved me through some ridiculous ritual. To me, she's just another gold digger who took advantage of a dying man.
封建迷信，那种为了钱出卖自己、趁人之危的女人，有什么好找的
I don't care about destiny. If she thinks she can use that night to claim a spot by my side, she's dead wrong.
The inspection turns into a nightmare.
对了，快站好！
I need to hide. If he sees me, if he finds out about the baby, he'll think I'm exactly what the rumors say.
A stumble in the lobby brings the two worlds crashing together. Gu Yanchen reaches out, and the air around them shifts.
This janitor, she doesn't look like the others. There's no greed in her eyes, only terror. And when I touch her, my heart skips a beat.
没事吧？
That scent, that energy, it's impossible. But she feels like the woman from my dreams.
The manager's insults echo through the lobby, but Gu Yanchen has seen enough of the hotel's toxic hierarchy.
They think they can bully her because she's a cleaner? In my world, arrogance is the only unforgivable sin.
你，还有你们，全部开除！现在立刻滚！
The investigation leads back to one name.
他也叫苏婉，难道他就是那天晚上的冲喜新娘？
Shadows in the basement turn dangerous.
既然你不说，我记得王经理最喜欢孕妇了，不如给他送过去。反正你是个缺男人的浪货，肯定求之不得。
The scream echoes through the empty corridors. Will the man who vowed to find her arrive before the darkness takes its prize? The scream echoes through the empty corridors, but Gu Yanchen is already moving. His eyes are cold, his heart racing with a fear he hasn't felt in years. He knows Suwon is in trouble, and the entire hotel is about to feel his wrath.
I can't lose her. Not like this. If those bastards have laid a finger on her, I'll make sure they never see the sun again. Every second I waste is a second she's in pain.
In the damp shadows of the laundry room, Manager Wang thinks he's finally cornered his prey. He doesn't see the fire in Suwon's eyes, or the desperation of a mother protecting her unborn child.
I have to protect my baby. If I have to use Gu Yanchen's name to save us, I will. This monster won't touch me. I won't let him.
The door crashes open as the king of Shangjing arrives. Gu Yanchen stands there like a god of judgment, his presence turning the room into a freezer. Gu Yanchen delivers absolute justice.
周行，处理干净，不然让他们后半辈子生不如死。
The storm of violence passes, leaving a heavy silence in its wake. But as the physical danger fades, a new tension rises between the savior and the saved. In the quiet of the office, the powerful CEO becomes a gentle healer. But every touch is a probe, every glance a search for the truth that has been haunting his dreams since he woke up.
This scent, it's her. It's the same warmth that pulled me back from the darkness. Why is she hiding it? Why is she just a cleaner in my hotel?
His hands are so warm, but his questions are sharp. I want to tell him everything, but the fear of being seen as just another gold digger keeps my lips sealed.
苏婉，1个月前的今天，你在哪儿？
The curse strikes again, a violent storm of pain that threatens to consume Gu Yanchen. He tries to push her away, to protect her from his own madness, but Suwon has made her choice.
I am his only cure. The master told me our destinies are bound. He saved me from that laundry room, and now I will save him from himself, no matter the cost to my dignity.
贵人，只要能让你好起来，我愿意。
Hope is a fragile thing, easily shattered by a few cold words. Suwon stands outside the door, her heart full of a secret she was finally ready to share, only to hear her world come crashing down.
I thought we had something. I thought the baby would be a bridge between us. But to him, my child is just a burden he wants to hang up on.
你能不能别一天到晚都惦记着孩子？我不想要，挂了。
The weight of rejection is too much for Suwon to bear alone. In the cold light of the hospital corridor, she looks at the future and sees only a path of sorrow for her unborn child.
Forgive me, little one. I can't bring you into a world where your father has already turned his back on you. It's better this way, before you have to feel the pain I'm feeling now.
我想好了，我要堕胎。
But the Gu family's matriarch isn't about to let her legacy be erased. Gu's mother arrives like a whirlwind, her maternal instincts clashing with the hospital's cold bureaucracy.
不行，绝对不行！他怀的可是我的亲孙呢！快把他的检查样本做 DNA 鉴定！快，立刻，马上！
As one storm fades, another gathers. Suwon's greedy relatives have tracked her down, their eyes glowing with the prospect of a final profitable betrayal.
My own blood is selling me like a piece of meat. They don't care about me or the baby. To them, I'm just a paycheck from a man like Boss Wang.
叫什么叫啊！给我闭嘴！干什么？王老板等着你呢！彩礼我都收了，你今天必须回去圆房。
The truth finally lands on Gu Yanchen's desk, written in the cold, undeniable language of a DNA report. The wall of suspicion he built around his heart begins to crumble.
I was looking for a ghost, a gold digger, a stranger. And all this time, she was right in front of me, suffering, while I looked the other way. I've been a fool.
什么？怎么会这样？真的是他。
Suwon is backed into a corner, her last offense a name that her captors treat as a joke. The laughter of her aunt and Su Jiao is like a physical blow, mocking her desperate hope.
They laugh because they think I'm dreaming. They think a girl like me could never belong to a man like him. But this baby is the only truth I have left.
顾彦辰，上京首富，顾家的顾爷，你也配怀他的孩子啊？
The stick is raised, a final act of cruelty against a woman who has nothing left. But the air suddenly freezes as a shadow falls over the room. The predator has become the prey.
I closed my eyes and prayed for a miracle. I didn't think he would come. I didn't think I mattered enough for him to find me in this darkness.
谁敢动他？
苏婉小姐是顾家唯一的少夫人。
我顾彦辰的孩子，在你嘴里成了野种。
Amidst the ruins of her old life, a new path opens, one paved with gold and hidden motives. Gu Yanchen offers his hand, but his eyes remain unreadable.
He wants to marry me? Is it just for the baby? Or is there a flicker of something more in that gaze? I have no choice but to trust him if I want my child to have a future.
我们结婚。
$500 million, a staggering price for a year of her life and the safety of her child. The contract is laid out, cold and final.
I need to secure the Gu bloodline. If money is what it takes to keep her close and ensure the baby's safety, I'll pay any price. But her quick agreement only confirms my suspicions about her greed.
跟我隐婚，为期1年，1年后我们离婚，我会给你5个亿作为补偿。
From a cleaner to the young mistress of the Gu family in a single day. The camera flashes, capturing a union born of necessity and sealed with a red book.
Looking at the marriage certificate in my hand, it feels like a dream. But the weight of the Gu name is very real, and the walls of this mansion feel more like a gilded cage.
恭喜二位新婚快乐！
Expecting a dragon's den, Suwon instead finds a mother-in-law who treats her like a long-lost treasure, pushing her own son aside to welcome her.
She's so warm and enthusiastic. It's been so long since anyone looked at me with such genuine kindness. I feel like a fraud, but her smile makes me want to belong here.
我的乖乖呀，可算是把你给盼来了！快让我好好看看这水灵的小样子，和小仙女一样呢。
The cold CEO shows a rare moment of tenderness in the quiet of the bedroom, though he masks his longing behind the doctor's orders.
Her presence is intoxicating, and I find myself unable to stay away. I told myself it was for the baby's development, but my heart knows I just want her in my arms.
His embrace is firm and protective. For the first time in months, I feel safe enough to close my eyes and just breathe.
别动，夫妻一起睡觉，体温相近，对胎儿发育有好处。医生说的。
Gu Yangchen's care is silent but absolute. He transforms the kitchen into a 5-star sanctuary, obsessing over every detail of Suwon's nutrition.
She's far too thin. I'll make sure she has the best of everything, even if I have to fly it in from across the globe. It's for the baby, I keep telling myself.
切薄一点，不宜咀嚼。少夫人口味清淡，少放点调味品。以后红枣汤都换成雪莲枸杞汤。
Reality bites back hard. Even in a palace, Suwon is haunted by the debts of her past life and the sudden disappearance of her only financial lifeline.
The tuition is due, and the black card is missing. I can't keep relying on his charity. It only makes him look down on me more. I have to find a way to earn this money myself.
不能老是麻烦他，那就去打工攒学费。
A single notification shatters the growing trust. To Gu Yanchen, it looks like the gold digger has finally dropped her mask and returned to her old habits.
A casino? While I was starting to believe she was different, she was out gambling away my money. I was a fool to think she had any dignity left.
赌场，这就是他口口声声说的，去找工作。
Unaware of the storm brewing at home, Suwon endures the humiliation of a cleaning job. Her colleagues take pleasure in crushing her spirit.
My hands are raw and my back is breaking, but I won't let them see me cry. I have to do this for my baby and my future, no matter how much they bully me.
就欺负你咋了？像你这种没背景的穷酸女，要是不想被开除，就乖乖去干活。
The cold wind outside is nothing compared to the frost in Gu Yanchen's voice. As he waits for her in the dark, his disappointment turning into sharp accusations.
I hate liars more than anything. And she just looked me in the eye and lied about where she was after spending my money at a casino. The trust is gone.
抱歉，顾爷，我今天加班回来晚了。
The gap between them widens into a chasm.
顾爷，少夫人今天在商场消费200多，全是名牌包包和首饰。顾爷，好消息啊！少夫人去男装店消费了，买了西装和手表。顾爷，前几天夫人不是对您撒谎，说自己去工作了？依我看啊，这些东西肯定是她买给你的道歉礼物。
While Soo-won is drowning in exhaustion at her cleaning job, her toxic relatives are busy bleeding her dry.
I thought I had hit rock bottom, but I didn't know my aunt and cousin had stolen my black card to fund their disgusting lifestyle.
顾爷，您这嘴比石头还硬，明明就很高兴啊。
But the reality is far from designer boutiques. Soo-won is pouring her heart into a humble piece of fabric.
My fingers are raw and bleeding from the needle, but this charm is the only way I can thank him. It's not a luxury watch, but it carries every bit of my gratitude.
希望这个护身符能一直保佑顾爷平安。
The anticipated gift-giving turns into a cold interrogation as Gu Yanchen's expectations are crushed.
A cheap charm? Where are the designer clothes she bought with my money? If they aren't for me, which man is she dressing up behind my back?
西装，我没买啊，我买不起那些。
Jealousy is a dangerous poison, and Gu Yangchen is drinking it by the gallon.
I won't be played for a fool. If she thinks she can use my wealth to keep a lover, she's about to find out how small her world can get.
我查清楚，他外面那个野男人到底是谁？
Humiliation continues at the hotel.
这不是我们尊贵的顾太太吗？这是怎么穿着穷酸的保洁服在这擦地呀
The misunderstanding reaches a violent breaking point with a single notification on Gu Yangchen's phone.
A presidential suite and male models? I gave her my name, and she uses it to pay for trash? I'm done with her lies.
金氏酒店，总统套房，男模服务，共计50万。
Blinded by rage, Gu Yangchen races to the hotel to catch his wife in the act, throwing her handmade gift aside like garbage.
Protection charms? Safety? It was all a calculated performance to keep the cash flowing. I'll make sure she regrets every second of this betrayal.
Inside the hotel room, the bullying turns from insults to a direct threat against Soo-won's unborn child.
Su Jiao's eyes were full of pure malice. She didn't just want to hurt me, she wanted to destroy the only hope I had left.
你不会还怀着那个小孽种吧？唉，反正顾爷现在也不要你了，要不我帮你把他给打掉，怎么样？
A sudden, sharp pain in his chest tells Gu Yangchen that something is horribly wrong, driving him to kick down the door.
I don't care about the money or the models anymore. If anything happens to her, I'll burn this entire city to the ground.
等我帮你打掉这个孽种，就帮你再安排一门婚事。哎，我听说老家那个二傻子还缺个媳妇儿，你就等着去给他暖被窝吧。
Soo-won collapses into his arms, her last strength spent on warning him about the stolen card.
She's freezing, and she's still thinking about my money. What have I done to her? I need a doctor. Now.
说什么？苏安，苏安，快去医院！
The investigation finally strips away the lies, leaving Gu Yangchen to face the brutal truth of his own cruelty.
She was scrubbing toilets while I was calling her a gold digger. Every prick on her finger from that charm is a stab at my own heart. I've been the real monster here.
婉婉这孩子，自从来酒店打工，就一直被人欺负，每天加班，什么脏活累活都他一个人干，就算休息时间也不闲着，一直在缝护身符。
The CEO's wrath is absolute as he clears out the hotel staff and sends Su Jiao's family to their doom.
They wanted a presidential suite? I'll give them a one-way ticket to hell. No one touches my wife and gets away with it.
是我冤枉了苏安，是我一直在辜负她。你去找回那个护身符，欺负苏安的保洁全部开除，让他们从上级消失。苏娇一家人到闽国，自生自灭。
In the quiet of the hospital room, the man who once feared germs now finds comfort in his wife's leftovers.
I don't care about cleanliness or pride anymore. I just want to be close to her, to make up for every second of pain I caused.
顾爷有重度洁癖，连别人碰过的杯子都不会用，现在居然和少夫人喝剩的燕窝，顾家要变天了。
Gu Yangchen carries Soo-won out of the hospital, making a public declaration of his protection.
His arms are strong, and for the first time, I feel like I can finally breathe. But as we leave, I wonder how long can this peace last before the next secret tears us apart.
顾爷，医院这么多人呢，你放下来。
回来就睡吧，到了我叫你。妈，这次是我错了，我保证 以后不会让婉婉受委屈。
But the real storm arrives in the form of Gu Yanchen's mother, who isn't about to let her son off the hook for his cruelty.
I stood there and took every word of my mother's scolding. Seeing Wanwan so thin and pale, it's a debt I'll have to spend a lifetime repaying.
Su-wan finds warmth in a mother's care.
哎呦，下次我饶不了你。哎，婉婉，不理他，走，去喝妈亲手给你煲的汤。以后他再欺负你，你就告诉妈，妈替你收拾他，别再受委屈了。
The atmosphere in the Gu household has shifted, and even the office staff can feel the change in their once robotic CEO. In the business world, Gu Yanchen is a shark. But when it comes to Su-wan, he's just a man who can't focus on a single spreadsheet.
Meetings can wait. Profits can wait. If Wanwan is feeling even slightly unwell, the entire company's survival becomes secondary.
在顾爷心里，少夫人的事就是天大的事。真拿恋爱脑没办法。
The CEO personally takes over the kitchen.
什么味道？好香啊！
Morning sickness is a biological hurdle that Gu Yanchen intends to solve with pure, unadulterated wealth.
If $10 million can make her pregnancy even a fraction more comfortable, it's the best investment I've ever made in my life.
让他们针对苏婉体质调配药方，以免她再孕吐。
But for Su-wan, every dollar spent feels like a golden chain she can't afford to break.
I can't let my heart get too comfortable. If I owe him 10 million for medicine, how will I ever be free to leave when the time comes?
Divorce? She's still talking about paying me back and leaving? The rage in my chest is becoming impossible to suppress. She really wants to escape me that badly.
什么？这么贵啊！顾爷已经给我花了很多钱了，我不能欠他太多。顾爷，你放心，我会好好安全的把孩子生下来。这些钱等我们离婚后，我会慢慢还给你的。
Gu Yangchen doesn't just pay tuition. He buys back Su-wan's stolen dreams, ensuring her future is as bright as his own.
He gave me back my education. When I tried to thank him, he didn't want words. He wanted to remind me exactly who I belong to.
A simple thank you is far too cheap. I want her to feel my presence, to know that every step she takes is under my protection.
谢我？打算怎么谢？
School is starting, but the CEO isn't ready to be a secret husband hidden in the shadows.
Why does she want to hide our marriage? Is she ashamed of me? Or is she planning to keep her options open for some college boy?
哎，不用，我就以普通学生身份去上学就可以了，不能暴露身份，不然也许顾爷的名声怎么办？
And just as Gu Yanchen feared, a friendly face from the past appears to challenge his territory.
Senior Shen is just a kind classmate, but the air around us suddenly turns freezing the moment Gu Yanchen pulls up.
I push through a mountain of work to pick her up, only to find her smiling at another man. My patience just hit zero.
我带你去逛着，有什么事儿就找我。
The campus becomes a battlefield as Gu Yanchen marks his territory with brutal, public honesty.
I tried to call him a friend to protect his high and mighty reputation, but he decided to burn that bridge and the whole forest with it.
Friend? I'll show this kid exactly what kind of friend I am. If he thinks he can touch what's mine, he's in for a very expensive lesson.
朋友，既然你们是朋友，就不能限制他的人生自由。
A forced kiss in the middle of the university, the ultimate power move of a jealous CEO who doesn't care about rules.
Let the whole world see, she is mine. Anyone who thinks otherwise can deal with my security team and my lawyers.
你干什么？这里是学校。
Back at the mansion, the Cold War begins. Gu Yanchen tries a tactical retreat to the study, waiting for a surrender.
I'm counting down. 3 seconds. She'll stop me. She has to stop me and apologize for that senior.
He's acting like a pouting child. Does he really think I'm going to chase him after he humiliated me in front of the whole school?
倒数3秒，现在蜡烛我还来得及。3、2、1。
Midnight in the Gu mansion. One person is fuming with insomnia, while the other is dreaming peacefully.
I'm staring at the ceiling, losing my mind over our fight, and she's actually sleeping like a log? Is her heart made of stone?
回先生，少夫人刚刚已经睡下了，睡得很安稳，没有哭。
The next morning, the hopeless romantic finds a new excuse to be close, despite his lack of sleep.
The driver is too fast? No, I just can't stand the thought of her being out of my sight for another minute. I'm taking her to school myself.
He's exhausted, his eyes are dark, yet he's insisting on driving me. This man is truly impossible to understand, but his protection is a cage I'm starting to get used to.
Gu Yanchen's protection is a gilded cage, but as the gates of the university close behind her, a new threat is already watching from the shadows. Will this fragile piece survive the secret Su-wan is still hiding?
再多嘴，这个月奖金扣光。苏婉，你不是不想被人看见我接送你吗？我偏要让全校的人都知道你是我顾影晨的妻子。去安排车队，以最隆重的标准，今天接少夫人方。
The gilded cage finally pulls up to the university gates. But for Su-wan, every luxury detail of this car feels like a neon sign pointing at a secret she's desperate to keep.
My heart is hammering against my ribs. If the students see me stepping out of a limited edition Rolls Royce, my quiet life is over. I just want to be a normal student, not a target for gossip.
Conspicuous, or is she just ashamed of me? I spent the whole morning making sure she was comfortable, and now she treats me like a dirty secret she needs to hide from her precious senior.
我偏要让全校的人都知道你是我顾影晨的妻子。去安排车队，以最隆重的标准。今天接少夫人方。
If she wants to play the ordinary girl card to protect some schoolboy's feelings, she's picked the wrong husband. She wants to be low-key? Fine. I'll give her a grand entrance that will be etched into this school's history forever.
While Gu Yangchen is plotting a logistical nightmare for the school's traffic, Cheng Xue is busy performing her favorite role, the untouchable princess of the campus.
I try to blend into the crowd, but Shure's voice cuts through the air like a knife. She's bragging about her special relationship with Yanchen again, wearing her arrogance like a designer coat.
苏安，你不是不想被人看见我接送你吗？我偏要让全校的人都知道你是我顾影晨的妻子。去安排车队，以最隆重的标准。今天接少夫人方。
The confrontation is instant. Xue looks at Suwan's simple clothes and sees nothing but a bug to be crushed under her heel.
I swallow my pride and lie through my teeth. Admitting I'm his wife wouldn't just be shocking. It would be a death sentence in this social circle. I'll let her think I'm a nobody if it means she leaves me alone.
也是，就你这么穷酸，怎么可能跟燕晨扯上关系？
Gu Yangchen coordinates a massive show of power.
周行，去安排，放学时间，把我名下所有豪车全部开去学校门。
The Gu Empire arrives at the school gate.
He won't let anyone touch his car.
算什么东西，也配上顾家的车？
The silence that follows is deafening. Every student is frozen as Zhou Xing bypasses the princess and walks straight toward the girl in the plain sweater.
I want the ground to swallow me whole. The looks of shock on my classmates' faces, the way Shure's jaw has literally dropped. This is the nightmare I was trying to avoid, but Gu Yangchen just made it a reality.
少夫人，车已备好，请您上车。
Senior Shen Hao steps into the path of the CEO.
等一下，知道你是谁了，上京首富顾燕晨。但是，你以为你有钱有权，就能随便胁迫我们学校的女大学生吗？
The tension reaches a breaking point. Suwan has to choose the safety of her secret or the man who, despite his arrogance, has protected her every step of the way.
I can't let Shen Hao ruin his life by challenging Yanchen, and I can't keep lying to myself. Gu Yanchen isn't a villain. He's the only person who truly sees me. I'm done hiding.
爷从来没有威胁过我，相反，他对我很好。
She said it, in front of everyone. The anger in my chest vanishes, replaced by a surge of triumph so strong I can't help but sweep her off her feet.
The spectacle at the university sends shockwaves through the city, but while the young couple finds a moment of peace, the older generation is still haunted by the ghosts of the past. At the Cheng residence, the atmosphere is heavy with the scent of incense and old regrets. Cheng Zheng stands before his late wife's portrait, his heart heavy with a secret that's about to shatter Shue's world.
I don't know it yet, but the man I just humiliated at school isn't just my rival. She's a fraud, living in a house that should have been mine. The truth is finally starting to leak through the cracks.
当年是我和顾家定下的，本就属于我和婉洁的亲生女儿。你只是我们程家的养女。
Late that night, the mansion is quiet. Suwan stares out the window, the weight of her unknown origin pressing down on her.
I tell him everything, the bullying, the cold nights, the feeling of being a piece of trash that nobody wanted. I expect him to look at me with pity, but his eyes hold something much more powerful.
养父母去世后，我就成了没人要的孩子。小时候老是被人欺负，他们说我是没人要的孩子。
Gu Yanchen becomes her absolute fortress.
你不是没人要，你也不是没有家。我是你的丈夫，顾家就是你。
The peace is short-lived. The Cheng family's assistant arrives with a formal ultimatum: honor the old engagement or face financial ruin. But they've underestimated Gu Yangchen's priorities.
They think they can threaten me with market shares and real estate deals. They think my wife has a price tag. They clearly don't know me at all. I'd burn the whole empire to the ground before I let them touch a hair on Suwan's head.
我顾燕晨的妻子，比顾家所有生意、所有合作、所有理念都要重要10000倍。
But words have a way of traveling through walls. Outside the study, Suwan stands frozen, the tray in her hands trembling.
The soup is getting cold, just like my heart. He's willing to lose everything for me, but is that fair? If I'm the reason he loses his legacy, am I really the woman he needs, or just the one holding him back?
原来国爷还有婚约，那我的存在岂不是耽误了他？
从前有一个公主，她从小就期待着一场盛大的求婚。有一天，有一个王子带着满园的玫瑰花来到她面前，单膝跪地，对她说：“我想娶你，不是因为家族，不是因为责任，是因为我爱你。”
In the quiet intimacy of their home, Gu Yangchen shares a story that feels like a whispered promise, his voice filled with a tenderness he rarely shows the world.
I see her eyes light up at the mention of a princess, and I know I have to make this dream a reality for her. She's endured so much. It's time. She felt like the center of my world, not just a secret in a contract.
His words are so beautiful, but a part of me is terrified. Is this romantic future really meant for me? Or is he just practicing for the woman his family actually expects him to marry?
The fairy tale joy vanishes instantly.
正式结婚？我和顾爷不是已经领证了吗？难道在顾爷心里，和我的婚约不是正式的，那个婚约才是正式的？苏婉啊苏婉，又在痴心妄想。你别忘了，你是签过协议的，1年后离婚，顾爷从来不属于你。
Every gesture Gu Yanchen makes now feels like a preparation for his departure from my life, especially when I see the ring design on his desk.
A lily ring, the symbol of purity and a perfect union. It's stunning, and it's a painful reminder that a girl like me, with no background and a hidden pregnancy, could never be his first choice for a lifelong partner.
那枚戒指是他给婚约对象设计的吧？
The rumors of a grand proposal at the university auditorium spread like wildfire, turning my only sanctuary into a place of impending heartbreak.
Every whisper in the hallway feels like a mockery. My classmates are all excited to see the legendary Master Gu propose, not knowing that the woman he's supposedly discarding is standing right next to them.
The auditorium is a sea of lilies, and Cheng Shuo is already acting like the queen of the manor, basking in a spotlight she hasn't earned.
She points me out to the crowd, labeling me a home wrecker and a gold digger. The insults sting, but the thought of Yanchen standing by and letting this happen hurts 1,000 times more. I feel so small in this room full of his love.
我都听说了，你凭着肚子里的孽种，非要倒贴顾爷，逼着他给你名分。像你这种下三滥的贱人，也配进顾家的门？
The atmosphere shifts instantly as Gu Yanchen makes his entrance, his presence commanding the room and silencing the cruel whispers.
I see the tears in Wang Wang's eyes and the smug look on Xuer's face. It's time to end this farce and show everyone exactly who the true mistress of the Gu family is.
程小姐请自重，从头到尾这场仪式都是顾爷为苏婉准备的，和你一点关系都没有。
In the silence that follows the shock, Gu Yanchen walks past the princess and drops to one knee before the girl everyone just ridiculed.
I'm done with secrets and contracts. I want the whole world to know that Su Wan is the only woman I will ever love in this life and everyone after.
我想问你，你愿意正式嫁给我吗？
He pulls out the marriage pact, the document that defined our relationship as a business deal, and tears it to shreds before the entire school.
No more one-year limits. No more divorce clauses. From this moment on, you are my wife, in every sense of the word, and I will never let anyone make you feel unwanted again.
我顾彦辰保证，只会有你一个妻子，这辈子、下辈子、生生世世。婉婉，只要你愿意，从今以后，
这小姑娘就和我往期长得一模一样。
The sterile halls of the hospital offer no answers, only a cold rejection of the hope that was just beginning to bloom in Su Wan's heart.
No biological connection. The words echo in my head like a cruel joke. For a moment, I thought I finally had a family, but it seems I'm still just a girl with no past.
经过 DNA 比对，苏婉小姐与您不存在任何血缘关系。
Xuer gloats over the faked report.
那份亲子报告的结果是什么？最终报告必须给我改成无血缘关系。我绝对不允许苏婉抢走我的一切，听懂吗？苏婉，你想抢我的父亲，抢我的婚约，抢我的人生，做梦！
Even without a blood bond, Cheng Zheng refuses to let go, shielding Su Wan with the full weight of the Cheng Empire's legacy.
The weight of the jade necklace around my neck feels like a promise of safety. I came here expecting to be cast aside, but I'm leaving with a father and a husband who are ready to fight for me.
苏婉，你这个贱人！凭什么你能霸占父亲的爱，霸占顾彦辰？
喂，婉婉，忙完了吗？我让司机去接你，我们去吃你想吃的那家私房菜。
After the storm at the auditorium, a fragile peace finally settles over the couple. Gu Yanchen is determined to make every moment count.
I can see the exhaustion in her eyes, but also a glimmer of hope. I want to give her the world, starting with a quiet lunch, away from the prying eyes of the press.
你们是谁？你们要干什么？
But in this city, danger lurks in every blind spot. As Su Wan waits for her ride, the atmosphere shifts from sweet anticipation to cold dread.
The hair on the back of my neck stands up. A black van screeches to a halt, and before I can scream, rough hands are pulling me into the darkness.
Su Wan wakes up bound in a desolate room.
你们是谁？这是哪里？
Back at the office, Gu Yanchen's calls go unanswered. The silence is a physical weight, crushing the air out of the room.
The GPS signal is dead. If anyone has laid a finger on her, I will dismantle this city brick by brick until I find them.
立刻封锁全城，动用顾家全部势力，天上地下，给我找！
In the warehouse, Cheng Xue has finally lost her grip on reality, her jealousy turning into a lethal obsession.
She looks at me as if I'm the one who stole her life, ignoring the fact that her own lies are what brought her here.
你抢走燕城珠，抢走我父亲的疼爱，抢走本该属于我的一切。像你这种卑贱的女人，就不配活在这个世界上。
Then comes the truth that shatters Suwon's world. The secret Cheng Xue has been hiding behind a wall of forged documents.
My heart stops. The man I thought was just a kind benefactor is actually my blood. Every struggle, every tear, it was all based on a lie she crafted.
今天我就让你从这个世界上消失。只要你死了，燕城阁是我的，程家是我的，这一切就都是我的。哦，对了，我再告诉你一个秘密，其实你是程正的亲生女儿。
Realizing her game is over, Cheng Xue lunges forward, her desperation turning into a violent attempt to erase the evidence forever.
A sharp pain flares in my abdomen. I don't care about the inheritance or the family name. I just need my baby to survive this nightmare.
肚子，我的孩子。
The doors burst open just as the situation turns critical. Gu Yanchen arrives like a force of nature, but the sight of Suwon on the ground nearly breaks him.
I hold her in my arms, her blood staining my hands. The fear in her voice is a knife to my chest. I have to get her to the hospital now.
姑爷，求求我们的！
The hospital hallway is a blur of white coats and frantic whispers. Suwon is losing too much blood, and the tension is suffocating.
I'm pacing the floor, helpless. All my wealth and power mean nothing if I can't find the one thing that will save her life.
When the doctor announces the rare blood type needed, a heavy silence falls over the room. Then, Cheng Zheng steps forward with a look of dawning realization.
The coincidence is too perfect to be ignored. As the blood flows from his arm to hers, the truth begins to surface in his eyes.
怎么能这么巧？婉婉的血型怎么和我一样？
As the sun rises, the lies of the past are finally burned away. Suwon opens her eyes to find a father she never knew she had.
I see the tears in his eyes and the way his hand trembles as he holds mine. For the first time in my life, I know exactly where I belong.
婉婉，孩子，别求干爸。鉴定报告显示，你就是我程正13多年的亲女儿啊！
Justice arrives in the form of a father's righteous fury. Cheng Zheng confronts the monster he unwittingly raised under his own roof.
I watch as Cheng Xue begs for mercy she never showed me. Her reign of terror is over, and the truth has finally set us free.
程雪儿，我养你10几年，待你视如己出，你心肠歹毒，差点害死了我的亲生女儿。从今天起，你不再属于程家。
But for Gu Yanchen, a simple expulsion isn't enough. He ensures that Cheng Xue will never be a threat to his family again.
She tried to take everything from me. Now she will have nothing but the cold wind and the open sea to keep her company.
抢我的人，我的心，全部都属于婉婉。你算什么东西？你敢指责她？
Finally, amidst the scent of lilies and the promise of a new beginning, the true princess of the Cheng family finds her happily ever after.
I drop to one knee, not because of a contract or a duty, but because she is the only woman I will ever love. This time, it's forever.
婉婉，爸爸把你交给燕晨，放心，以后啊，你就是全世界最幸福